But alright, so I have done it. I have watched Barbenheimer. Oh my gosh, I freaking did it. Dude, the freaking excruciating pain that I had to suffer through it. Freaking at least 6 hours in the damn movie theater. But yes, I have seen Barbenheimer in the theaters. I already watched it Monday of this week. So obviously, if you're watching this video on Friday, then I have watched this whole movie, the two movies, on Friday and or on Monday, and I wanted to talk about it. So spoilers. I'm gonna be putting that sticker on the side. That spoilers. I will be talking about this. So I guess I'll start off with Oppenheimer since it's the first one I did check out. And yes, I do understand the whole concept of how they were saying from the video that's saying, oh, you should probably watch Barbie first. That way you get the fun. And then you watch Oppenheimer. So that way the sadness just comes in. And then you have the fun memory inside you. And then you don't have to worry about it. No, that was a lie. So honestly, yes, it has its sad parts. But I will go more in depth of it with obviously how I felt. And honestly, like, I did the most goofiest thing ever, and it was to like put little detail notes from how I felt about it. So Oppenheimer, I guess if I were to put in a little list of how I felt exactly, were one, it was actually crazy between like the scenes that were going on, whether it was creating the bomb, facts about the character, or just like the what's it called, the scenes that were going on. That was crazy. The sadness, obviously, because of the fact of history, what happened, that they dropped it and it killed innocent people. And in that movie, you hear the screams, you see the imagery, and honestly, I felt bad for those people. And also what happens in that with obviously what happens to Oppenheimer, how his whole mentality changes. The jump scare, heart racing. Okay, the way I felt that was when they were doing the test for the first nuke, and that shit got me freaking racing in my heart, because the fact that I was like saying, bro, there's an explosion that's bound to freaking happen, and I don't know when the hell that freaking sound is gonna go, and my chest is like freaking pumping. It's pumping the blood, saying that holy crap, it's about to freaking overshock. And you're watching this in IMAX, which is supposed to be intended to, and you don't know what the hell's happening. You see the explosion, all what you're hearing is a gasp of breathing, and then holy shit, a freaking explosion just comes out of nowhere. That's literally how I felt like during that whole thing. And I also put psychological because of the fact that, well, like I said, after the whole bomb test goes on, and how Oppenheimer felt. He felt joyful, saying that wow, it was a freaking creation that he made, and he felt excited about it. But then when he saw the fact of what happens later, with they took it, they made their own decisions with it without giving him like his word of how he was gonna go with the plans with the bomb, and that changes him for the worse. Beautiful aesthetic. They did a great what's it called, shots of places. Everything was amazing out of it. I loved it. IMAX experience, you gotta see it in IMAX. I definitely recommend you to check it in IMAX because one, the sound quality is amazing, and the rumbles really make you feel like amazed. Good flow with music with the movie. Yes, I definitely enjoyed it. My sibling, which I did take to go see it with me, he was like vibing to it. So obviously, like, I also saw the vibe aspect of it, saying that damn, like the music that's going with the scene fits it well. And the what moment, which obviously was his talk with the president, and obviously like their talk being a very what moment, with the fact that he called him a crybaby because of the fact that like how he was feeling during the fact that they dropped the bomb on innocent people, and he felt that he has the blood, whereas the president was just joking up, like, and laughing at his face. And obviously that was like, what, dude, you're the president, like at least like have a little sympathy for him. Like he literally created something that was very disasterful and could literally happen any moment. Now that we have that same what's it called, explosion or explosive, but now in a bigger scale. So honestly, that is freaking scary. And also the foreshadow, his of his mindset of how he was feeling based on the fact that after creating it, that foreshadow, deep thought that he has over the fact of what could happen. That shit like got me like fearful of exactly like what could happen in real life. So obviously, yeah, it was definitely what moment, dude. And also the fact, I think Scarlet Witch's sister, that actress is in there, and if you want to see her more, then obviously a 10 out of 10. Definitely watch it. Probably freaking talking like a degenerate, but honestly, she's in that movie, and like I said, if you want to watch her 10 out of 10, I guess watch it. But if you want to learn about this character, which I definitely recommend, and I definitely enjoyed it, nonetheless, the movie, like, even though it was 3 hours, I still loved it. I loved the story. I loved the, like I said, the aesthetic, the music, and I learned something out of it. And also the foreshadow, which was freaking deep. So everything about it. So if I were to rate this movie, I would definitely give it a, what's it called, a 9, because of the fact that just the unexpected explosions freaking like creeped the fuck out of me. Like, I was just like watching the movie like all calm, and then out of nowhere just a freaking explosion would just come out of nowhere, and I was like just freak out. But overall, everything was great. The whole direction was great, and honestly, like, if you have any criticisms for it, then obviously leave it down in the comments of what thing you didn't like about it, if you did watch it. That way I can understand, and maybe I might change the whole scale of how I felt about it. Maybe, I don't know, it all just depends. But yeah, that is my general thoughts about Oppenheimer, which honestly, it's a good movie. It's a definitely good watch. Now, we're going with Barbie. And why am I showing feet? Because a lot of people were talking about it. I don't know why, but people were literally talking about her feet in this movie. Will I change it? Sure, I'll change it up now, because honestly, I don't want to see too much feet here. So now Barbies. It's a definite 180, for sure. Now that I was able to marinate my thoughts in after a whole few days, my thoughts about it. So I will give the props for the fact that they literally made this whole scenery of the Barbie world to be like the toys. It has the aesthetic as well, and honestly, it's a Margot Robbie, so obviously a 10 out of 10 voice, or not voice actor, actress to put in this movie. And honestly, the whole adventure, it was something else. I didn't expect it. But like the things that I felt that I did not appreciate about this movie is the fact that, well, obviously props to Ryan Gosling for his acting for Ken, but I just thought he was just like that cringy Ken, bro. Like, he was trying so hard to get Barbie to be his girlfriend. I was like, bro, like, stop. It's already being freaking like cringy, the fact of how you're going with your Riz. And yes, I'm gonna be talking about Riz, because why? Riz is definitely shown in there. Whether it's that Ken or some other Ken or any other Ken that's in there. Like I said, the storyline was a bit confusing at it, but then I understood where it was going. The fact that there's this Barbie, that obviously it has a deeper meaning, knowing the fact that it was based on a mom that was thinking about, why doesn't this Barbie think about like a person, like an actual person? And in Barbie world, she's the one that falls victim to it, and she is falling more like human, and then she goes with that whole process of becoming human and how it feels, because like obviously she's freaking out amongst all the other Barbies who are just normal and are going like how their role is, but like she's the only one that's different, because like she's falling more into the human aspect, and then she goes on to the adventure on trying to find who this person is that is giving her these changes, while also introducing Will Ferrell and all the other company from Mattel, which, in my opinion, like it kind of didn't make any sense, because the fact that there's a certain scene where they capture her, but she allows herself, but then she doesn't want to. She runs away, and then they do the goofy freaking running at her and doing the Tom and Jerry where they're running around. Jerry stops, and Tom is still running and running and running, trying to find him, like some kind of stupid person. They literally do that same bit where they try to, what's it called? They literally try to catch her, but they don't. They just like jumping. I don't know what the hell they were freaking doing, but I feel that it would have been better if they weren't involved, because like the plot line where it was going, it made more sense than having involved, because it would have made less confusing on where it was going. But honestly, we also get the girl boss moment where obviously, yes, definitely love the fact of how she was speaking facts, which it was the mom. So obviously there's that. Oh yeah, the awkward moment that I felt about it. The whole joke about beach and how they wanted to do a beach off, and how this person was better at beaching off, and then obviously this other person was better at beaching off, and then they're going with that bit long and long and long and long and long and long and long, and I was getting pissed about it. And I was like, bro, like, I get it, it's a freaking joke that has a derogatory towards it, and I guess it was funny the first few seconds, but when you keep on dragging it and dragging it and dragging it and dragging it, it starts getting bland and awkward. But nonetheless, it was still fun. The music, it still felt in that same realm like Oppenheimer. It also flowed well. I definitely loved the palette of music choices that they went with. They didn't put any random music at random times, so obviously that was awesome. I definitely love the, what's it called, the montage where they're just running around, because honestly, like, I thought it was gonna be a lot more expanded, but they kept a bit from the trailer, and I definitely loved it. It was still hilarious. Like, I was like, what the heck? This is so funny. It's like so goofy how they have to go through this whole process in order to get out. Oh yeah, and also the lesson. There was a big lesson to be learned about this whole movie, and honestly, like, whatchamacallit, how do I go with this? The crap. Like, it's kind of like hard to explain like the whole message, but there was a message that was being talked in here, and what I loved about this, like, now that I was being able to marinate this whole movie, is the fact that, like, how they were saying that this movie was way more political than Oppenheimer, and I see the reason why, because of the fact that one scene that they were talking about politics and all the other stuff, and then obviously Oppenheimer had like no type of aspect of that. They were just talking about, so you did this and that when making the bomb, and then you're being guilty for this and that. Like, is this true? Like, saying, oh, here's my backstory to clarify to you guys. So yeah. But like, I understand like the whole political aspect that they were going with, and I was like saying, yeah, that's actually true. But overall, my general thoughts about this is, I'll give it a 7, based on the fact that, like I said, that cringy Ken aspect, that he was literally trying his freaking hardest to get Barbie, but like, bro, like, she didn't like follow through. Like, she didn't say that, oh, like, how nice that he's falling for me. Like, no, like, she was saying, I kind of see you more as a friend. Like, he was basically friend zone, but like, he was trying his hardest to freaking get her. And, oh god, dude, like, I didn't like that. But like I said, Ryan Gosling did a great job as Ken. I definitely see that, like, he put his passion in it, and also the singing that he gave, and also that dance sequence, which obviously was random, between him and the actor that plays Shang-Chi. Like, I thought that was like hilarious. But I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, they're fighting, but like, they're also dancing. um, Obviously, like I said, the story was confusing where it was going. Implementing Mattel, which obviously if they weren't involved, I would have given it an 8 based on the fact that like the story was there and where it was going with. And what else? What else? What else? What else? I guess that's it. Like there wasn't too much like of an issue about it. Like yes, the fact like they're like the cringy joke of beaching and Ryan Gosling, or more to say, the moments when Ken gets so desperate to get Barbie's attention, that cringed me, and also the Mattel thing. Those are the three big reasons why I didn't fully enjoy the movie. But honestly, I thought it was great. I definitely loved it. But yeah, but that is my general two thoughts for Oppenheimer and Barbie. Barbenheimer. So honestly, they're two well thought movies for what's it called, a blockbuster day that they were gonna do it. So honestly, if you haven't checked that out, go and check it out because they're both different. I want to say fun times because Oppenheimer is freaking dark. They're definite two sides of coins when it comes to watching a movie. But like I said, I did the Barbenheimer. I did the meme. And did I enjoy it? Yes. It was a different experience witnessing a meme that is also a big blockbuster. Insane.